Today on the Morning Edition, 2 weeks after former Typhoon Halong hit the west coast of Alaska, bringing destruction and devastation in its wake. Officials from D.C. survey some of the villages that were damaged. We'll bring you the latest. Plus, a photographer is putting on a fundraiser for the canines still being transported out of Bethel, helping with one flash of the camera at a time. We'll show you those details. And later, have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes at a haunted house attraction? We'll take a look inside at how they operate. How they're looking to accomplish and how, as the Morning Edition starts right now. Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us today. Yeah, Halloween is on Friday.
Yeah, and we're already beginning to see some of that cooler weather with us statewide. We're waking up this morning to some light snow accumulation on those grassy surfaces and elevated areas across South Central. Shouldn't cause any significant issues. However, some of those roadways, particularly along the Glen Highway, could see some localized areas of some slick conditions. 32 is where we're currently sitting at. We're still holding on to some localized areas of some light wintry mix, if not some snow showers as you head into the valley this morning. 31 in Palmer, 30 degrees in Wasilla. As you head out towards Prince William Sound, we're largely seeing some light rain showers, if not more in the way of a wintry mix, if not some light snow showers as you head out towards areas of Valdez and out towards Thompson Pass. But largely expecting just some passing snow showers to start off your Monday morning. Once those taper off, we'll see a gradual return to some sunshine breaks throughout the day. In fact, areas of the Kenai may actually hold on to mostly sunny conditions through a good portion of the day. That snow that we saw accumulate through the night, very localized from portions of the Anchorage Bowl along the Glen Highway and into the valley this morning is where we're seeing that best shot of some of that light accumulation. So just take it easy on those roadways as you will encounter some localized areas of some slick road conditions. Now, any of that snow that we do see will likely kind of melt off as those temperatures do warm back into the mid to upper 30s here over the next couple of days. Now, while snow does stay in the forecast, it's largely going to be through the pass, some of those higher elevations as you head out towards the Chugach Range, out towards the Kenai, Turnagain Pass and through parts of the Kenai Mountains. Elsewhere across South Central, we will see some localized areas of wintry mix, if not some light snow showers that will stay with us here over the next couple of days. But as far as this morning into the afternoon, once that tapers off, we will see a gradual return to some sunshine with cooler weather in the forecast for us today. I'll have more on that 7-day forecast coming up.
It's been 2 weeks since former Typhoon Halong devastated the west coast of Alaska, and the president officially declared a major disaster declaration just last week. Senator Dan Sullivan brought Washington, D.C. to western Alaska over the weekend to see the devastation of these communities. Will Courtney was on the ground alongside the senator and brings us more.
We're going to get to these communities, hopefully. Looks like the weather's cleared up.
Senator Dan Sullivan returned to Alaska Saturday with Washington, D.C. in tow.
It's one thing to get a PowerPoint or a briefing back in D.C. It's another thing to be on the ground in the mud, seeing really the suffering, but also the resilience of the people in this region.
Returning to Kipnuk and Kwagilungok by Chinook helicopter, the devastation still immense. Right now we're looking at just the signs of 90% of a town destroyed here in Kipnuk. We're looking at quite a bit of damage right here. A home that it was ripped apart, possibly lifted up, floating above the water. You can still see signs of that water damage too, just on the actual buildings themselves, but also things like buoys. There's a boat just right behind me as well. Signs that the water lifted so high and just carried everything in its wake, destroying a town. Amid the rubble, signs of progress. A boardwalk used by ATVs to deliver supplies was built in just a week.
Look around, there's so much to do. So I want to make sure we take input from the community and we get them what they need. That's why I'm here today as well. I want to hear from them, what do you need to make sure it happens.
One family we spoke with last week said they plan on staying in Kipnuk over the winter. We met with one of them, Logan Paul, who's now working on the recovery efforts to repair Kipnuk. But he's doing it alone.
I think they're at Anchorage.
They left?
Yeah, they went to Anchorage. And I told them I wanted to stay, and I don't mind them leaving.
Yeah. Is that hard for you, though?
Yeah.
Not being with your family?
Really hard.
Yeah. But even in signs of progress,
That part is
still a long road ahead. And then we're wrapping up here in Quigillingok right now. After visiting Kipnuk, 2 communities absolutely devastated. Will Courtney, Alaska's news source.
We'll have more from that trip later this week, including if the state's deadline to have the villages ready to be returned to in just a few weeks is possible. As hundreds of people evacuated from Western Alaska, many couldn't take their best friends with them. More than 180 dogs have been transported to Bethel, thanks in large part to village teachers who stayed behind to help. Dozens have arrived in Anchorage and the Mat-Su, with more on the way this past week.
Last year, we took in around 500. So we have done a third of our annual number in just a week. So yeah, it has been all hands on deck.
If someone has lost their pet, they can show up to Anchorage Animal Care and Control, and we can help locate where their animal went along this whole process.
An Anchorage photographer is making an effort to help those dogs while snapping nice portraits for others. Charlie Fellows takes us to the fundraiser.
Well, I'm a little bit of a strange character in that I focus so much on dogs. I learn what causes reactions, what brings their ears up and what brings their eyes open, and what also helps to calm them down so they feel comfortable having their picture taken with lights happening, dogs in the background barking and clattering and clanging and things like that. You ready? Good. You look really nice there. You can really see through their eyes and through their face that shows how much they're loved. Got it. We're hoping that today's donations will help feed the dogs that are being fostered right now. We're hoping that we can help bring some veterinary care. And also, most important is to reunite the dogs who have been displaced from their families. Oh, Mom's doing something special back there, I can tell. The last time I remember such an event happening was in 1964 during the Great Alaska Earthquake. And while my family wasn't displaced, we were living in a log cabin, our home stayed still. I saw the community come together. And I see this as a very similar situation where families in Western Alaska are not nearly as fortunate as I was in 1964. They don't even have homes to go back to. And their dogs are missing. Oh, nice to see you. There's so much heart coming out from everybody who supports this. So it means everything to me to see families together and to build these chapters in lives for people.
Jensen says this will be an ongoing effort, and he is hoping to do a second pet portrait event in the next few months. An annual housing summit showed Fairbanks needs more 3-bedroom units. Adrian Peterson explains while that's one need that's certain, there are other things that are still cloudy for the future.
One of the main drivers of some of our housing opportunities moving forward has to do with the military.
Those drivers have highlighted a demand for family housing and a need to develop more of it.
Really, the demand we're seeing in the community are 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom and up, especially with some of the military demand we're seeing.
That demand has been a consistent trend among home sales and rentals even as prices increase and supply falls.
It really started in that first quarter of 2020 when we look back at the historical data, and there's a lot of things that happened all at once at that time frame, most notably COVID.
Smart says other reasons for the decreased housing supply include the addition of the F-35 squadron at Eielson and supply chain challenges. But the future of housing supply in the borough is uncertain.
But really, it's the uncertainty of what's going on over Wainwright, how many people are going to show up and whether or not they're going to keep their on-base housing units that they already have, or whether they're going to get demolished.
On the side of development, there are challenges, however, such as a labor shortage according to the Interior Alaska Building Association. One way the borough is hoping to address development challenges is through tax exemptions.
We actually had a tax exemption program that you could come in if you were a developer building multifamily development in certain areas of the community. You could get your property taxes waived from anywhere from 2 years to 10 years if you developed property and it was long-term rentals.
The borough is now looking to introduce a similar program focusing on 3-bedroom homes. Adrian Peterson, Alaska's news source.
Meantime, Alaska State Troopers are looking in the Fairbanks area for an 18-year-old they say is a person of interest in a violent crime. The person you see here is Darius Morgan. Troopers say he also has an active felony warrant. They say he was last seen in the Fairbanks area early Saturday morning. Police are asking anyone who sees him to call 911 immediately and not to try to approach him. Anyone with information about where he might be is asked to call troopers or leave an anonymous tip in the AK Tips app. The Palmer Police Department is investigating an attempted child abduction and asking anyone who might have video footage to come forward. Police say it happened at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints near Bogard Road and the Glen Highway between 7 and 9 p.m. on Friday. They're specifically looking for video of a white man running from the area. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Palmer Police Department. And Alaska State Troopers are still looking for 43-year-old Jonathan Critchfield. He has an arrest warrant stemming from an alleged hours-long kidnapping and torture situation Thursday in a North Pole home. That's according to court documents. We have some details, more details on our website. Still ahead on the Morning Edition, Ghouls and Goblins take over Anchorage. The annual Trick or Treat Street took place over the weekend. We'll take a look at some of the fancy costumes and festivities right after this.
Some localized areas of light snow showers across South Central this morning. I'll have more on that and that cooler weather with us this week across South Central. But first at sunrise, 9:15 in Anchorage, 8:02 in Juneau. Your full forecast is next.
Welcome back on this Monday morning, Aaron. Waking up to a bit of a dusting of snow, at least in parts of Anchorage.
Yeah, we're seeing that on those grassy surfaces and elevated locations. Shouldn't cause any significant issues, but you will want to watch out for some of those slick spots on those roadways to start off your Monday morning. We are holding on to some areas of light snow for South Central. Colder weather is with us statewide, and we're watching overnight lows this week, which will drop down near 10 degrees in the interior, if not into some single-digit lows to be expected. Further north, as you head through the Brooks Range, we're expected overnight lows to drop down below zero. We're waking up this morning to 1 below in Anaktuvuk Pass with those wind chills. Feels like 11 degrees in Utqiagvik, 1 below in Kotzebue. 15 degrees in Fairbanks. Meanwhile, as you head across the southern coastline, we're seeing those wind chills sitting in the 20s and the 30s to start off our Monday morning. Not too terribly cold, but we are seeing some light snow that's still with us across portions of South Central. We've got that area of low pressure that remains with us. That's keeping some light moisture out towards Prince William Sound, Thompson Pass, maybe holding on to some ongoing light snow. And of course, we've got some persistent showers that continue to spread across southeast. As far as what we're going to be seeing this week, more rain to be expected for the Panhandle. Nothing widespread, but we are going to be tapping into that potential that we could see some localized areas of wintry mix for southeast. 32 degrees to start off this morning as you head out to school. Some light flurries staying with us. We'll see some sunshine breaks into the afternoon hours, and we'll see those temperatures today likely staying in the mid to upper 30s across South Central. And while we can't rule out some of those light snow showers for inland locations, we'll largely see some drier weather later today with some sunshine breaks outside of coastal regions, which will continue to keep at least some light rain showers in the forecast. And then notice throughout the week, we'll continue to favor some inland areas where we'll see some increasing moisture chances. This will bring us the occasional shot of seeing some wintry mix, if not some light snow showers here over the next couple of days. So we'll be watching for that for South Central and portions of Southeast, where we could see some localized areas of some wintry mix. Most of the active weather we're going to see this week will stay across the Gulf Coast region. Can't rule out some light snow showers for the eastern interior, but largely expecting any chances of precipitation to stay with the Gulf Coast region. So we're going to be watching some snow rain chances later this week. Nothing significant that's going to bring any heavy snowfall outside of the Chugach Range and the Kenai Mountains, as well as through parts of the Turnagain Pass region. That's where we could see some localized areas of some heavier snow, but largely expecting temperatures this week to stay on the cooler side. 23 in McGrath, 23 in Fairbanks, teens and 20s as you head along the slope, while the southern coastline warms into the 30s, and even some low to mid 40s. That does look likely. Now, here over the next couple of days, as we do hold on to some areas of low pressure moving into the Gulf Coast region, that will bring slightly warmer weather leading up to Halloween. So for Halloween, we could see a high of 42 degrees, but as we welcome in the weekend, temperatures are set to fall once again into the 30s. And a reminder, daylight saving time ends this weekend, so remember to set those clocks backwards Saturday night into Sunday.
All right, good reminder. Thanks, Sarah. And Halloween is still a few days away, but that didn't stop anyone from heading out to downtown Anchorage for this year's Trick or Treat Street. Justin Matson went to see what kinds of creatures and characters were out and about.
The spirit of Halloween has taken over downtown Anchorage. Let's go ahead and check out some of the fine costumes that have made their way downtown.
From aliens, caped crusaders, inflatable, or Facebook Marketplace, there was room for all types of costumes at the downtown trick-or-treat event. Some fan-favorite movies even made an appearance.
And I was telling her, listen, Chip, you don't have arms. How are you going to trick-or-treat? And you know what she said? Dad, we can just put it on the handle. It's like, you're right. We'll just camp strap it to the handle. This is all the brain of this little teacup.
Even the pets were getting involved, like Jojo the Hound, who was dressed as a fire-breathing dragon. They were hollering, giving a spider family quite a show.
The doggies. Yeah.
She loves seeing the doggies, and we love seeing the little kids and the smiles on their faces.
Then a performance broke out. A breakdance session, all while in costume.
It's just community, man. We're here for the kids. We're here for the families and show that what we can do and just have a good time.
With the celebration of the season, those I spoke with had one message for everyone at home.
Ready? Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Say it.
Happy Halloween.
Say bye.
Bye.
That was just a sample of the many costumes that took over downtown Anchorage today. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some trick-or-treating to do. Trick-or-treating for Alaska's news source.
It's like a lot of fun.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically and stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.